In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the newest release from Quarter Arcades and one of my favorite arcade cabinets of all time. Ladies and gentlemen, what time is it? It's burger time. Let's take a look at this cabinet, see how it lives up to the original cabinet in the 1/4 scale recreation, and should you consider picking one up. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Michael B, and I'm pretty excited today because we're going to be taking a look at Quarter Arcades Burger Time. You guys know how much I love this arcade, not just the cabinet, which is one of the most beautiful cabinets of all time, in my opinion, but also the game itself. I want to say a huge thank you to Quarter Arcades for sending me out this cabinet for the purpose of this review. So anyways, guys, let's take a look at this 1/4 scale recreation, see how it lives up to the original. What's the gameplay like? Is there any issues? And should you consider adding it to your collection? But before we get into that, I want to say thank you so much, everybody, for checking out the video. Guys, I always appreciate the support. This is your first time to the channel. You like what you see, go ahead, subscribe. Click the bell for notification. All that YouTube stuff. So guys, here we have the Quarter Arcades Burger Time cabinet in its box, and I gotta say, I love the boxes that New Wave Toys put these cabinets in. Now, most of these are direct-to-consumer mailing packages, but they don't skimp on the package. You feel like you're getting something quality, it looks good, and does a good job of explaining what's happening with the game. So included in the box, you're going to get your USB-C to USB charging cable. No power brick is included. Next up, you're going to get your standard manual with your warranty card as well. And then last but not least, you're going to get your Quarter Arcade cabinet. If you never had one before, you're going to be surprised by the size and weight. So let's take a look at the cabinet itself, and from top to bottom, this thing is absolutely beautiful and pretty much a perfect recreation of the original Burger Time arcade in the 1/4 scale. Now, unlike the arcade 1-up Burger Time, which was pretty good looking as well, this side panel has the exact same shape as the original, you know, that quasi Pac-Man shape with the elongated part to allow for the Peter Pepper hat. Thanks to having the exact same shape in the exact same scale with the proper depth, the art is a perfect recreation from the original cabinet with no compromises. Now, some people may not be a fan of this as they like their kick plates to be just plain black, but the kick plate does have art as well, showcasing the characters from the game in the exact same art stylings as what's on the side of the cabinet. Now, one of my favorite things about this cabinet is the color contrast as you change from the orange on the side of the cabinet to the blue on the marquee, and all the beautiful, highly detailed characters and logos on the marquee. Everything is done so well here. It's a really good print, nice crisp art. Everything looks really good. So of course, just like every other Quarter Arcade, the marquee is in fact a lit feature. The lighting is very good, works well with the print. There's even lighting across, no visible hotspots. You will notice, however, the lighting does come off a little yellow. That's because they went with a warm white to recreate the yellowish hue that came from the bulbs they put into the original arcades. So let's move on and talk about the bezel surrounding the screen, which is an absolute work of art. There's so many different detailed characters on it surrounding the screen, and it even features the instruction cards like on the original marquee. All these fine details just make it look so good. The screen itself is bright and vibrant. It has very good darks, which is amazing because Burger Time is mostly a black background game. The colors are bright and vibrant, and there's no visible washout or blurring when you move from side to side. The control panel is also a perfect recreation of the original arcade, with all the artwork that was on there, all the little fine details, as well as the controller layout, which is so important when playing this game. But it's the tiny details that make this cabinet so very special. If you look to the center joystick, to the left and the right, you're going to find pepper buttons or action buttons. And on those buttons, you're going to notice little tiny dot marks or indents that actually try to make the buttons look like the top of a pepper shaker. The joystick in the center of the control panel does have the accurate 4-way gate, which is so important for this game because timing and precision is everything, and you don't want to have any missed inputs. As you get into playing, you will notice that there's certain times you're going to have to be going up a ladder and then quickly move across a platform to avoid oncoming enemies, and it's so important that you have the correct inputs. You don't accidentally go up or down when you're trying to go left or right. You will notice on some of my gameplay that you will see this happening. I want to be very clear here. That is not a fault of the controls. That's a fault of my poor gameplay and the fact the screen is so small and I'm so far away from it and my eyesight sucks. So sometimes I just couldn't tell, depending on where I was, when to actually jump off. But if you're the correct distance away or you don't have shitty eyesight like me, this shouldn't be a problem. On the front, we have a faux coin door that recreates the original coin door. This is in fact plastic. I know a lot of people would prefer metal, but the plastic gets the job done here. We also have another lit feature as the 25-cent indicators do in fact light up. Now you will notice a coin return button also on the faux coin door. What that does is allows you to actually coin into the game. On other cabinets, you actually press the 25-cent coin in slot, but here you're pressing this button down below, which will retrieve your coin. On the back of the cabinet, you're going to find a volume dial that controls the 3-watt included speaker in the cabinet, and even though this is a smaller speaker, you get some pretty awesome sound from it. Right next to that, you're going to find a power rocker to turn the cabinet on and off, and a USB-C slot, which you're going to plug in your included charging cable to charge the lithium-ion battery. As for the game itself, this is in fact the original BurgerTime Arcade ROM with zero compromises, so if you're a fan of the original game, that's exactly what you're getting here. You play here as the primary protagonist, Peter Pepper. Try saying that 5 times fast. And the whole goal of the game here is to make burgers. And as you all know, Mike likes burgers. All the while, you're trying to navigate your way through a variety of mazes and platforms, avoiding enemies and dropping the various burger ingredients on them. When you make contact with an enemy, you immediately die. A way to avoid this is in fact to spray them with pepper. You will notice at the start of the game, you get 5 peppers at your disposal. You can add additional peppers after you drop a certain number of ingredients. The only problem is the pepper is only there for a limited time, so you want to make sure that when you drop that ingredient, you're within reaching distance of the upcoming pepper, or you will lose out on the power-up. Now, just like a lot of old school arcade games, you're kind of given a choice here. You can either try to score the maximum amount of points you can, or you can try to progress through the stage. And what I mean by that is, it's very easy to drop all the burger ingredients, but it's a little trickier to drop all the burger ingredients and maximize your points. For example, when you drop a burger ingredient, you get a number of points. You get additional points if you drop the burger ingredient and it lands on one of the enemies, and you get even more points if you drop one of the burger ingredients and an enemy is on the burger ingredient that you drop. Now, if you are one of those score chasers and your focus here is on gathering points, I do have some good news, as the cabinet does in fact save scores. You can see my scores here. Unfortunately, my top score, I accidentally didn't put my initials in, so it's just left blank. So anyways, guys, that's my look at Quarter Arcades BurgerTime. The guys from Quarter Arcades have done it again. They have accurately recreated the original arcade in the 1/4 scale and one of the coolest arcades of all time. I love the artwork. I love how this looks. I can't wait to see this properly displayed in my home. And you know what, guys? I actually love the game. absolutely love the game. Controls are good, everything plays really well. It's the original ROM. My only one qualm with it isn't even Quarter Arcade's fault. It's the fact that I have to get really close to the screen to make sure I'm hitting those platforms at the exact right time that I can move left and right, because the controls work fine. It's just my eyes. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments down below. What do you think of Quarter Arcade's Burger Time? Do you think this cabinet looks as good as I think it looks? What do you think of the gameplay? Is this one you're interested in picking up? Let me know down below. Once again, thank you so very much for watching. This is Michael B. the Game Genie. I'll talk to you next time.